man's answers are becoming more vague, and his story sounds stranger all the time.
All his answers are sort of wavering. He's saying one thing, but he's not really backing it up. He's not telling us the truth about something.
We've had a call from the duty-free shop that told us that someone has bought a large quantity of cigarettes and tobacco. So what people do is they get a couple of boarding cards or get someone else to buy the goods for them. Apparently they're sitting in the pub.
Anyone flying within the EU has a duty-free allowance of 200 cigarettes, but criminals steal boarding cards to non-EU countries like Turkey and illegally purchase thousands of cigarettes. It's known as carousel fraud.
Hello guys, how are you? All right? I just received information that you've bought quite large quantities of cigarettes. Would that be correct?
Yeah.
Whereabouts are you off to today?
Turkey.
Can I have a boarding pass, please?
But the man realizes the game is up.
I'm lying, I'm going to Malta, he got on board this way.
Right, okay. Have you got a boarding pass for Malta?
Yeah.
Can I have a look at that there? Sorry.
Are you all flying to Malta?
No, they are going to Turkey.
OK. Can I see all your passports, please?
They now need to work out who's to blame.
No, it's just, well, no, it's just my brass. We've got a place out there. I mean, it's...
Can't buy them out here, no?
There's just a deal right there, there's to buy here. I mean, yeah, I know.
What we have been doing is they buy large quantities of cigarettes and then they evade controls by switching walking out domestic toilets.
Oh, no.
And then rebooking their flights.
Yeah.
So what we're going to need to do, we're definitely need to make sure that you get on your plane with your cigarettes and that you don't just walk out the airport.
If you just wait there a minute.
But Mike suspects the culprit may have to be arrested.
Just need to make sure I leave with it.
No, he should be nicked for that.
Why should you be for it?
Because you're not allowed to buy them going within the EU, even if you're afraid, because he's taken them EU. We'll seize and report it, because they fraudulently use these. Hello, can I just run this past you, please? You know we've just been called up to the duty-free lounge. Some geezer has got his mates who are flying to Bodrum to buy him 4,000 fags, and he's flying on to Malta. And he's admitted he knows he's done wrong, but they're so expensive out there, he's got to come down, really, isn't he? All three of them, or seize and report, but it's an absolute offence, isn't it? Because it's a fraudulent. I think he'll need to come down. OK, if you collect your bag.
The two passengers flying to Turkey will be allowed to leave, but the carousel fraudster isn't going anywhere.
What you've done so far is an absolute offence, which means at the moment, time is 13:25. I'm placing you under arrest on the suspicion of being involved in the fraudulent invasion of excise goods. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm the defence if you do not mention when questioned, something you may later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Do you understand that? OK, we're just going to go down to our customs suite now.
Am I going to make my flight today?
Not looking likely. What we're going to do, though, we're just going to take you downstairs.
OK.
We may seize the goods from you, we may need to ask you some more questions. At the moment, I can't say whether you will make your flight or not yet. All right, OK?
It may seem harsh for a few cigarettes, but the man has attempted to evade hundreds of pounds in tax. And if he's done it before, he may be going to jail.
What duty-free said is that he was going out, apparently, and just asking to borrow people's boarding cards so that he could buy cigarettes.
He said, lend me your boarding card.
And they said, yeah, right, mate.
I'll get you a pint. And that's what
And that's why he was in there.
Well, that's how it works on the boats going out.
Of course it does. That's what he's done. He don't know him. No way.
The cigarettes will definitely be seized. But the officers are waiting to hear back from the investigation team to find out if the man is going to be charged.
His flight's due at 15:30 departure time. Gate closes at 15:10. Obviously, depending on how official we need to be about it, is whether or not he misses his flight. Obviously, he's committed an offence, so if he misses his flight, that's his own problem.
As the fags get bagged, the news comes in that the man won't want to hear.
Unfortunately, I spoke to the investigation team. They do want us to take you down and they'll question you down there, OK? So we'll be moving in a couple of minutes.
With the illegal cigarette trade robbing over £1 billion a year from the Treasury, the man's crime is being taken seriously.
Hello, boss. Would you mind doing us a favour? Would you be able to contact British Airways and just say that he won't be making his flight? But it's just so that they don't hold the gate open and keep calling his name if he's not going to make it. All right? All right, lovely stuff.
The man is in serious trouble with the law, and his travel plans are in ruins.
Now, would you like somebody informed that you have been arrested and that you are here? The thing is, she's in Malta. That's it. They're going to be waiting for me that end.
Doesn't matter where in the world
I mean,
they
it's
are.
just I don't want to scare her. I mean, can I speak to her or not?
You can indeed, yes.
Hello, darling. Is Mummy there a minute? Huh? Is she asleep? All right then. It's just the flight. There's a problem with the flight. It's yeah. I've rang her later. The flight's been delayed. Tell Natalie not to leave to the airport until I phone her. There's an engine problem or something. I don't know, but leave Mummy asleep. Don't wake her up. All right then. Bye. Bye.
The man is locked up until the investigation officers arrive. They later charged him with evasion of excise duty, and he's now awaiting sentence. Officers are on the lookout for drugs and to check the immigration status of passengers.
Hello. Do you carry any cash with you today?
Yeah.
Are you don't show us around how much you have with you?
I think it's 1,000. I'm going to give it to his mom.
Yeah, how much do you have? That's the question I asked. Money.
1,050.
Any more?
Any more cash?
Any
And
more
then
cash?
my personal cash.
How much do you have in total? Roughly.
Roughly, let's say about 400. My personal cash.
Okay. Thank you.
The man's answers are not entirely convincing for Senior Officer Paul.
Hello, it's just two of you travelling.
Yes, please.
Yeah, just have a quick word with you.
Okay.
No, you got your hands full there. You told the officer when the dog indicated you had £400 in personal cash.
Yeah.
Are you carrying any cash for anybody else at all?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. His mom.
How much have you got in total?
1,050.
Could you show me that, please?
Yes.
Is there any more cash in the baggage here?
No.
So, who does the child belong to? Is it your son? Is this
No,
yours?
it's a friend.
So you've been asked to take this child
Yes,
back to its mum?
to its mum.
Okay, hold on a second.
The man's story rings alarm bells for Paul.
How much do you have?
I need your help in a minute.
Okay.
What's your relationship?
It's a family friend.
And where's the father at the moment?
The father is at the airport.
At the airport.
Yes.
He's not flying, though.
No, he's not flying.
This gentleman's taken a child out that's not his.
Right.
With the flight due to leave in 20 minutes, officers have a race against time to verify the man's story.
So, where does the child normally live? In Ghana or in the UK?
This is my first time here. I came to meet him here.
Right.
And we go to check together. And he asked me if I can do him a favor and take his son to Ghana. But the dad is at the airport.
So the parents live in the UK?
Yeah.
Okay, right. What we've got a situation where a gentleman is travelling out with a small boy. He's not related to the child. So I'm going to try and make some inquiries with the parents to check where the child normally lives. The child appears to have been here about a year on a visit visa, which is possibly longer than we would expect on that type of visa. So I want to know what the immigration status of the parents is as well, really.
With passengers starting to board the plane, a decision must be made imminently about whether the man and the child will be leaving the country.
Do you know what the full number is? Right. I've just checked the status of the mother and the father. The father appears to be in the UK on some sort of permit.
If you hold the line 1 second, put the father on the phone.
Hello, sir. Hi, I understand you're the child's father. Right, yeah, and you've given a covering letter for Mr. Bonsu to travel with the child. Okay. Can you just confirm to me, sir, what's your own immigration status in the UK? How long have you got your visa for? Do you know when they rejected that application? When would that be, roughly?
You can understand the reasons why we need to make sure.
Maybe someone may kidnap somebody's son.
Exactly, that's the reason. Particularly with children.
Yeah.
And have you made any application for the child to be in the UK as a resident?
As the final call is made for all remaining passengers, officers must quickly make a decision.
You right there, Jane?
Yeah, I've spoken to the father and I've done some checks with our own database and he's able to verify some of what's on there, so I'm happy that he is the father.
Right.
So,
Are they allowed to travel?
Yeah. I'm endorsing the passports with their departure date, with the child's anyway, because he's been here too long on the wrong visa, basically. But the checks confirm our records, so yeah, I'm going to allow them to travel. Better get them on their way, though. OK, I spoke to the father and he's verified most of my checks, so that's fine. OK, there you go. Cheers then. Thank you.
Although under pressure, the officers are happy they've made the right decision.
I was very aware that the clock's ticking and you've got to make a decision, you know, whether to offload them and make a whole load more inquiries. But, yeah, I think I wrapped it up just in time.
In Dover, officers have pulled a truck full of resin granules, perfect for concealing large quantities of drugs or cigarettes deep in the centre of the load, where even the powerful customs X-ray machine can't see clearly.
Well, it'd been scanned and we weren't sure whether there was anything there or not. We've been in and had a look, and it is because it's the granules are so tightly packed. It's very dense. It's difficult for any sort of X-ray equipment to break it down.
The officer spots that the bags in the centre of the load have different packaging, and there's only one way to find out what's inside.
Basically, it looks like the two rear pallets are clean. They've just got the granules in because you can see around the edges they've got the green writing on, whereas when you get those out of the way, the inner stack, the bottom three sacks are plain brown. There's no writing around the outside, so I'm 99.99% certain they've got cigarettes in them. So all we're going to do is just cut open those. The only thing is the granules they've packed around it are just going to go everywhere, so we have to tidy those up later. Cigarettes.
It's a sophisticated attempt to smuggle hundreds of thousands of fags into the UK, but thanks to this team's experience, it's failed.
Makes it worthwhile, especially when you've got to go to a bit of effort to find it. And it looks like it's going to be exactly the same all the way down to the single pallets at the front, possibly. It goes as far as there.
These ones dirty.
Those ones are dirty. Those ones are clean. 17 by 6 by 3,000. The front two, it looks like I've only got 3 bags, 3 dirty bags in each. So it's the equivalent of 17 dirty pallets.
So it's 304,000.
Yeah. 306,000.
Which means the smugglers have laboriously stashed over 15,000 individual packs.
It's not actually that unusual. A lot of the Eastern Europeans, for some reason, quite often they'll be broken down into the packs of 20, but then sellotaped into carton sizes by breaking them down into smaller packages. Obviously, they make it harder to find. It's always easier to find larger amounts than it is to find smaller amounts.
A couple waiting to board a flight to Dubai have been stopped. The male passenger has admitted to carrying £3,000 in cash, and officers want to find out more.
So if you show me the money so I can have a wee look at it. In total, sir, you told me you had £3,000. There is more than that here, and now we have another 2 envelopes. Right, I asked you how much money in total, no? Right, so whose money is this? Right, so that's your money, and this is your money. Okay? Do you know how much you have in here, sir?
Officer Dell steps in as a translator.
Between this one. So when I asked you how much you had and you said 3, and you've got 5 here and 4 here, that would have been a lie then, sir. Is there any more money in this bag? Okay, just leave it, I'll check it.
Having been lied to already, officers want to search the bags for themselves.
Did you forget about this money? Right, but can you say to him, I asked him had he any more money and he said no, this is obviously money.
As the money keeps on coming, officers need to find out where it's all come from.
So is he working?
The man explains that he doesn't work and his wife only works part-time. The thousands of pounds suddenly look decidedly dodgy.
What bank account did he take the money from? Does he have the card or a receipt? And let him know that I'm going to phone the bank and check he's telling me the truth. Can he show me his wallet?
The man's bank card will be used to run checks, but as he hands over his wallet, even more cash is discovered.
How much is in here?
That's more money from, probably more money from the relatives.
The evasive answers are starting to become frustrating.
What I'm looking at is to get as a source of the cash just now. But if I wasn't working, I wouldn't have £8.5 grand in my pocket.
As the flight time approaches, officers urgently need some answers about where the money has come from, or the couple risk having all of their cash seized.
If he only gets £48 a week, he'll be in income support.
The couple's income from benefits and a part-time job don't even cover their monthly outgoings.
He's got a mortgage. Is a mortgage at
672.
Yeah. I don't know where his money's coming from.
Officers are struggling to understand how the couple could have saved such a substantial amount of cash.
He's only on benefits, so to have £8.5 grand with that amount of money coming in, it doesn't seem plausible.
Anyone claiming benefits in the UK must inform the Department for Work and Pensions when going abroad.
Has he notified the DWP he's travelling today?
Was it this year? DWP this year? No, he's not informed.
Okay. Don't worry, we'll let them know. If you get their national insurance numbers, I'll phone DWP and check.
Concerned that they may be defrauding the UK tax system, officers will leave no stone unturned in their checks of the couple.
I've got a guy just now stopped him. He initially had £3 grand. He's now up to £8.5 grand. He's on benefit. The money doesn't even kind of match up. I'm thinking of just doing a referral with DWP after speaking to them, but I just want to check with you before I let them go.
Officers wouldn't want the couple to miss their flight unnecessarily, so if the fraud investigation team agree, the couple will be investigated on their return.
Okay, cheers boss, thanks, bye-bye.
With permission granted, the couple are allowed to continue their journey, but will be asked further questions on their return.
If we can prove a link to the money, if it comes from a proceed of crime, then we would seize the cash. There's no direct proof there that the gentleman's committed any offence. It was just the fact he lied initially that drew my suspicions.
With seconds to spare, the couple eventually make their flight to Dubai.
Bye-bye.
A man acting strangely has been intercepted by the UK border officers. Inside the suspect's bags, Gary has found flight manuals and pilot training information.
He's just looking very edgy, very nervous, but he's got all sorts of literature on planes. He says he's just an enthusiast, but he says it looks too detailed, really. It looks like confidential stuff.
So, for you to draw a flight desk simulation planes, where are you getting that information from? Internet. So everything that you've got in front of me here, you have copied from the internet. What?
The internet, yeah.
All the stuff that you have in here.
Yeah.
It's just something very, very strange.
Yeah.
So you just have a look at him and he wants to go.
I know he's looking at you.
The gentleman come through off the Dubai flight, some single traveller. He seemed nervous in the way he was entering the channels head down, sluggish walking, avoiding eye contact with me, to be honest. Basically found a lot of literature with regards to flying, flight schools, avionics of the plane, and various courses with regards to cabin crew.
As Gary digs deeper, the details become more and more incriminating.
Why have you got information about fighter planes?
Well,
combat planes, weapons.
Well, these were. I was interested during the RA once.
You were interested in what, sorry?
Joined the RA for Royal Air Force.
Okay, so you're trying to self-teach yourself by learning from the internet how to fly planes.
No, from that. I'm just getting some information from the internet. That's what I'm doing.
So you're just getting some information.
The man's lack of answers is worrying Gary.
Of aircraft by the looks of all this stuff.
I'm just making a book, that's all.
So you're now making a book?
No, I'm not making a book. What I'm doing, because I go on these planes all the time. You can see my passport.
I went to flying school in Bangladesh. The aircrafts were too old.
What was the name of the flying school?
Bangladesh flying school.
Okay, how long were you at Bangladesh flying school for?
No, I wasn't there. I wasn't there for long. I just went to see.
You just told me you were at flying school.
Yeah, I went there to see the aircraft. That's all. Just to look at the stuff.
So weren't taught anything in lessons at all?
No, I've not took any like trial lessons. You know.
Well,
I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not.
Okay, like I asked you before, are you just like sort of learning to be a pilot from information you were downloading from the internet?
No. I mean,
so where's all this information?
I've made them. I've collected. No one helped me. That's all I can say.
Well, I mean, I'm no sort of aircraft specialist, but some of this seems quite sensitive. If this got in the wrong hands, it could be quite.
Gary finds a hard drive with more aircraft data.
Aircrafts.
That you've downloaded off the internet?
Yeah.
When did you last go to Bangladesh before this trip?
The man's odd behaviour and contradictions are increasingly alarming.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Don't remember. You said you travel all the time.
Yeah, I do, but it's a passport thing. I remember when travel.
You're not making sense, really.
The man's answers are becoming more vague, and his story sounds stranger all the time.
When I was young, I went to college, school, I had friends. I've lost everything. I lost my friends, mates, everything. Everyone's gone.
He doesn't seem to be able to back anything up that he's talking about. All his answers are sort of wavering. He's saying one thing, but he's not really backing it up and backtracking on things. So he's not telling us the truth about something. So we're going to swab his bag, screen it for explosives.
The officers believe the man may be involved in terrorist activities, and the suspect is saying nothing to explain the documents. Gary has called in Special Branch while they await the result of the swab for explosives. The explosive swab found no trace, but now they found evidence of multiple foreign trips paid for by someone else.
Basically, we found a lot of information about aircraft flight simulators, different magazines, different information on fuel from aircraft.
What planes are these? Are these small planes and commercial aircraft?
No. The Boeing planes, aircraft, the real aircraft,
big long
yeah.
Gary calls in Special Branch to tell them about the suspect's strange story.
My mum's boyfriend pays for it as well. Not only my dad. I've got my mum's boyfriend. His name is.
Go back to the bench for
Yeah.
In a climate of global terrorism, the officers need to be on the lookout for all suspicious behaviour.
That's the cabin crew information.
I don't want the cabin crew, but you can keep him if you want. Because I'm not doing any work on these.
This is the list of.
That's on the passport I've got. That's on the passport I've.
He's flown.
What does that tell him with what's in his passport?
2003, 2008, he said he's took off 34 times and landed 34 times.
Gary and the UK border officers have taken the questioning as far as they can. They now hand the suspect over to Special Branch for further investigation.
Okay,
do you want to get your bags and just come and have a word with us?
Cheers, mate. I mean, nothing is secret. I won't keep a secret.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, no worries.
For Gary and the team, the strange encounter comes to an end.
I can't understand why he's doing all these trips. Just could be in his own little fantasy world.
He might be a bit of a fruitcake or a chance.
The man is led away for questioning, while the border officers wait to find out the cause of the man's strange behaviour. The man with the suspicious aircraft documents was questioned by Special Branch, but was later released without charge, and no further action taken against him.